What's up, makeup minions? I'm Kim Witte from WitteArtistry, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, please hit the subscribe button below to become part of my family. This is a very special tutorial that I decided to make completely out of Alcone products, so I'll be using 3rd degree, Skin Illustrator, and some Ben Nye stuff, so let's get going. If you like me and like my videos, it would mean the world to me if you became a sponsor on my Patreon page. Recently won a giveaway that was sponsored by Alcone, so I thought it would be cool to test out my new palette with a makeup using only their products. So I'm using some of my tried and true favorites, which is 3rd degree silicone, which is just a 2-part modeling compound. Take equal parts of A and B and mix them together on a palette outside of the containers. We do not want to contaminate the containers, otherwise you'll ruin the product. With the metal spatula and the mixtures I have of the silicone, I'm creating tiny little dollops all over my face. Plan here is to absolutely make myself look disgustingly sick, like horribly plague-ridden. So I'm putting the silicone on in globules and smoothing out the edges into my skin. You have about a 10-minute working time for this product before it comes completely hard. So about at the 6-minute mark, you can use lotion on your finger and smooth out the edges and really make it look shiny and like it's actually part of your skin instead of something you added on top. I have noticed in my internet research that boils tend to cluster together, so in order to be more realistic, I wanted to mimic life. I'm doing boils that range from the size of half of a pencil eraser to probably like a nickel. Don't forget to stay hydrated and get up and move around occasionally. For this horribly infected, sick look, I wanted to have a lot of boils that didn't push past the point of realism. So I wanted to have sort of some asymmetry going on, so it went across my face, have lots of clusters, and I also am incorporating them on my neck and also my chest. When working with 3rd degree, I think it's important to do the majority of your shaping, like the general shape of the boil, within the first 4 to 5 minutes of the setting of the product. And then for the 6-minute to 8-minute mark is the smoothing and blending into the skin. And then the last bit is where you put the lotion on. Once the silicone has dried completely, it is important to get rid of that shine. And the best way to do this is by using a translucence powder. I am using Ben Nye's. You could use baby powder as well, and just lightly spread it over all of your boils. Recently, Alcone sent me that awesome on-set palette, so I decided to give it a shot. With a mixture of their aged blood and blood tone, I am dabbing it on the boils and concentrating the darker amount of paint on the edges of the boils, so it really looks like they're putting pressure on the skin and the areas around it are super irritated. Then with a little bit of alcohol on my brush, I am lightly feathering it out into the skin so it looks more natural. With a very light amount of the white tone in this palette, I am dabbing it over the tops of the boils just to really make them look like they're full of pus, they're really gross, and that they're translucent. Powder that silicone one more time. I wanted to make myself look super sick for this look, so I decided to use the Ben Nye's Bruise Wheel. This is a cream makeup. It has purples and browns and yellows and reds in it, and I took a little bit of the purple and red, and I'm basically making my eyes look super sick, irritated, and puffy. Do this by dabbing it on the inner corners, the edges of your eyes, and also on your nose to make it look like you've been blowing your nose way too much. I thought it would be a nice touch to add some vein work to make me look really pale, really sick, and really infected. So I'm using a diluted version of their blue tones, and I am using a detail brush just to drag it out in thin, squiggly lines. I'm pale enough to see my own veins, so I'm sort of just emphasizing them and adding more, but you can also look up veins on the internet and mimic those patterns. I finally had a reason to use my Ben Nye Scar Gel. Microwave a cup of hot water, then put the bottle in it, let it warm up, squeeze some out, mix some color in it, and then you can do whatever you want with it. It's a drippy, oozy, gross material that's really fun to play with. I wanted to make it look like I threw up and got sick a lot, but I kind of overdid it, wiped it off. It left a stain, so that ended up working out. And then just added a few drips of fake vomit on my chin. This is a really weird tutorial. I dabbed it around my mouth just to look like I had gotten sick and had tried to clean it up. And then I wanted to make my eyes look a little bit more sick just by adding more of those reds and purples in on both corners of my eye. Then just feather it out, add some more on your nose, and you will look super gross. Lightly powder your fake vomit, just so it's not super sticky anymore. A super common thing in movies with zombies, or to make someone look really gross, is to take an excessive amount of conditioner and just load it up and dump it in their hair, get it all scrunched in, massage it. It's kind of a nice little spa day for your hair, but it looks super nasty. So I wanted to look like I hadn't showered in a couple days, so I did that. Added some black in my hair, mixed it in, and you're all done. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I totally appreciate it. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do. And also, Alcone, thank you so much for sending me the Skin Illustrator palette. It was a lot of fun to work with. And let me know what you guys think of this makeup in the comments below. I wanted to say thank you so much to my awesome Patreon producers, because without you, I can't do stuff like this. I love you all, so thank you so much to Bradley Shear, John Huckabee, Dan Tastic, James Halderson, and Benjamin Sorgatz. Thanks for helping me do this makeup. You guys are awesome, and I'll see you next Saturday.